Hey everyone, today we're talking about these Christopher Knight Home Lebat dining chairs, and I'm happy to say they're a solid buy if you need outdoor seating that actually holds up. But let me explain why. I know that buying outdoor furniture can be a bit of a gamble, especially when it comes to durability and style. You want something that can withstand the elements and still look great after a few seasons. That's why I'm excited to share my thoughts on these chairs. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I'll be sharing my hands-on experience with these chairs, and I think you'll find it helpful in making your decision. First off, the acacia wood frame is heavier than you'd expect, which means it won't wobble when someone leans back or when the wind picks up. I set them up on my deck last weekend, and even after a few kids used them for a movie night, they didn't budge. The stability of these chairs is really impressive, and it's something that I think sets them apart from other outdoor furniture sets. I've had experiences in the past where I've bought cheaper sets, and they've ended up being really flimsy and uncomfortable. But these chairs are different. They feel solid, and they look like they're built to last. The woven rope backrest is another feature that I really love. Not only does it look great, but it's also really functional. It lets rain run right off, so you're not stuck wiping it down every time it sprinkles. I've had sets in the past where the backrest has sagged after one season, but these still feel tight. The rope is woven in a way that creates a really nice texture and pattern, and it adds a lot of visual interest to the chairs. Plus, it's easy to clean and maintain, which is a big plus in my book. The cushions are water-repellent, not waterproof, so if you leave them soaked overnight, they'll dry without staining, but you still want to bring them in during a downpour. I think this is a really important thing to note, because it's easy to get caught up in the idea that water-repellent means waterproof. But it's not the same thing. Water-repellent means that the cushions will resist water, but they're not going to be completely immune to it. So, if you live in an area that gets a lot of rain, you'll want to make sure to bring the cushions inside when you're not using them. That being said, the cushions are really comfortable, and they're thick enough that my back didn't scream after an hour of grilling, which is a win in my book. I've spent many hours sitting in these chairs, and I can attest to the fact that they're really comfortable. The cushions are made of a high-quality material that's designed to withstand the elements, and they're filled with a thick, supportive foam that provides great support for your back and legs. Assembly was relatively easy, and it took about 40 minutes with 2 people, one to hold the rails and one to drop in the screws. The instructions are clear, but the bag of hardware is tiny, so keep a magnet handy to fish out any dropped washers. I was a bit worried about the assembly process, but it ended up being really straightforward. The instructions were easy to follow, and the hardware was all clearly labeled. My only suggestion would be to make sure you have a magnet on hand, because the washers are small and easy to lose. Because the chairs are light teak with a beige cushion, they blend with most patio palettes without looking like they're trying too hard. I've used them around a fire pit, at the dining table, and even pulled 2 over to the grill station when friends showed up unexpectedly. The set includes 6, so if you're feeding a crowd, you're covered. The seat height is standard dining height, so it matches most tables without that awkward knee bump feeling. I think this is really important, because it means that you can use these chairs with a variety of different tables and settings. One of the things that I love about these chairs is their versatility. They're not just limited to one specific use or setting. You can use them for dining, lounging, or even just as a decorative piece. They're really flexible, and they can adapt to a wide range of different situations. Plus, they're easy to move around, so you can rearrange them to suit your needs. Now, nothing's perfect, and there are a few things to keep in mind when it comes to these chairs. The acacia will weather to a silvery gray over time, which some people love and others don't. If you want to keep the light teak look, plan on sealing it once a year. In conclusion, I'm really happy with these Christopher Knight Home Lebat dining chairs. They're a solid buy, and they're definitely worth considering if you're in the market for new outdoor furniture. They're well-made, comfortable, and versatile, and they're a great value for the price. Link is below, grab the details and let me know what you think.